Dynamite kicks off with a backstage bit. It's Renee Paquette interviewing Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega, who recap their crazy history together, from main eventing the debut episode to teaming together 4 years later. They get interrupted by Adam Copeland as the segment somehow gets even more Canadian. Copeland shakes hands with Jericho, saying it's nice to see him again, and shakes hands with Kenny, saying it's nice to meet him. Adam tells them to beat the Don Callis family because Adam still hates Don. A fun, quirky segment to kick off the show. Opening match sees Nick Jackson challenge Rey Fenix for the AEW International Championship. Highlights here include an avalanche cutter by Nick to Fenix, but that only gets a 2 count. Nick hits a rebound Canadian destroyer, and of course it only gets a 2 count again. Fenix goes for a pile driver, but Nick saw what happened to Moxley a few weeks back and rolls through into a pin. Fenix shifts the weight and gets his own pin to win the match and retain his title. Next up, we visit Roddy Strong's house with Adam Cole. Roddy gets Adam a gift. It's his own assistance scooter as the two chase and race each other around Roddy's house, while Matt Taven strokes his giraffe, and that's not even a euphemism. Cole also has to move furniture around, which is a struggle with his injury. In the end, Cole says he has to go and get surgery, but Roddy wants him to stay around. We get the return of Wardlow next as he faces Griff Garrison. Wardlow hits powerbomb after powerbomb after powerbomb after powerbomb after powerbomb as the referee stops the match and declares Wardlow the winner. Wardlow storms off through the crowd to end the segment. It's good to have Wardlow back. The Acclaimed are here to put their AEW Trios titles on the line against the Butcher, the Blade and Kip Sabian. The heels jump the Acclaimed to get us going. The Acclaimed win with a move not too dissimilar to the Magic Killer that the Good Brothers use and retain the titles. Bullet Club Gold are here for a promo. Just a side note, Juice's entrance theme is an absolute banger. I've been jamming it non-stop this week. What an anthem. Jay White is of course missing after he was attacked last week, and the BCG lads accuse MJF of being the one behind it. Max comes out and denies the allegations. He does so by listing all the horrible things he's done in Dynamite's 4-year history and says if he did attack Jay White, he would admit it. Max then challenges BCG to a fight, but surprisingly the 3 members back down and run away from Max. It's all a distraction though as Jay White pops up behind MJF and hits him with the Blade Runner. Jay poses over MJF with the World Championship and actually steals it as he and the lads leave with the Triple B in their possession. At the top of the ramp, Jay White challenges MJF to a title match at Full Gear. Max accepts the challenge and it looks like that will be your main event come November 18th. It's tag team action next as Chris Jericho teams with Kenny Omega against Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher was the last minute replacement because Sammy Guevara wasn't cleared. Kenny sends Kyle into a code breaker and then hits a one-winged angel as Team Canada pick up the win. Don Callis screams at the duo from the ramp as they get jumped by, yep, you guessed it, Powerhouse Hobbs. I guess Hobbs never learned his lesson from QTV. Why jump from one crap faction to another? Hobbs beats down both men but primarily focuses on Kenny Omega as he lobs him over the barricade. Hobbs then uses a barricade to hurt Kenny. Back in the ring, Callis duct tapes Kenny to the ropes. Kenny actually gets his left arm free by mistake, so Callis has to wrap him up again. I'm sure Mafu will love that moment. Hobbs looks to hit Kenny with a chair, but Jericho puts himself in front of Kenny. Unsurprisingly, Hobbs has no issues laying Jericho out with the chair. Hobbs is going to hit Kenny too, but Callis wants the pleasure all to himself. In a shocking moment, Callis hits an unprotected chair shot to Kenny's head, denting the chair. The chair had yellow bottoms on the legs, so my conspiracy is that it was a gimmicked chair. The yellow bottom showed which one was gimmicked, and that's why Callis didn't fully smash Kenny with it, because it would have been too obvious that it was gimmicked. The heels leave as it looks like Powerhouse Hobbs is the latest wrestler to join the Don Callis family. MJF gets interviewed in the trainer's room by Renee Paquette. What a busy woman she's been. The Acclaimed walk in and Max Caster starts massaging MJF, who flips out and brings up the creepy tweets and letters Caster's been sending him. We all love their social media interactions. I'm so glad it's TV canon now. MJF phones Adam Cole but only gets his voicemail, which frustrates MJF. Main event segment sees the AEW Dynamite debut of Rated R superstar Adam Copeland. Copeland gives his reasons for coming to AEW, the fact the title would look great around his waist, and the first time ever matches with a great roster of talent. His main reason though was when he sat down with his family and asked his daughters whether he should retire, his oldest told him to go have fun with Uncle Jay, referring to Christian. His main reason for being in AEW is Christian, and he calls him out to the ring. Christian accepts the invite and comes down to meet Copeland face to face. Copeland explains his actions at Wrestle Dream, saying he's seen the phallic way Christian's been acting and couldn't let Christian Concerto Sting because of how much Sting means to both of them. Copeland warns Christian that Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne will leave him when they've sucked all the information they can out of him, and that Christian is so egotistical he won't see it coming. Copeland says it's time they got back together and teamed up again to end their careers alongside one another. Christian pauses, he thinks about it and hugs his best friend of 40 years before telling Copeland to go F himself as he walks out on him, breaking Copeland's heart. He brings out Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne to stare down Copeland, and that's how we end the show. Thank you so much for watching my review of Dynamite this week. It was a decent show, but it set up a banger of a show for next week. Remember, Dynamite is on Tuesday next week and you won't want to miss it. Please like, subscribe and leave comments letting me know what you liked about the show, what you didn't like about the show, and what you think I can do to improve. Hopefully you all stick around and I'll see you all next time.